Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 8 of the Couch Racing Chronicles. I can't believe it's already episode 8 of this podcast, but here we are. You guys already know me. My name is Channy. I am the William Byron simp out of this crew here, but I am not alone here. I brought a few friends with me.
Yeah, no kidding. Already episode 8. What's up? AJ here, Team 17, Twitter admin, as always. Co-host of the show. Yeah, we got a lot to talk about today, but we got some more people to introduce. We'll get to that in a minute.
Hi, folks. I have returned with the milk. It is I, Stunny, the Kyle Busch diehard. Getting ready to talk about Sonoma and looking forward towards Dover. And, of course, let's round out our crew with our one more friend.
Holy fucking shit, it's fucking hot here. Oh, wait. I'm finally back in Illinois again? Holy shit. Wow. Anyways, hey, what's up, guys? I just dropped my remote. Hey, what's up, guys? Checker here. Welcome to another episode of the Couch Racing Chronicles. Just got back from Sonoma, and got a lot to talk about today. Let's just hope nobody runs over each other. And we will talk about that when we get there. But anyways, without further ado, let's get into this, shall we?
We just got back from Sonoma. The XFINITY series and the Cup series both ran at Sonoma this weekend. Connor Zillisch won the XFINITY race. Dude's been on a roll. And SVG went back-to-back, winning at Sonoma from the pole. I mean, I'm pretty sure everyone could agree here. Those two were going to probably, if you didn't have them in your picks, you're a moron, right? Because both of them were both lightning fast all weekend. The XFINITY race was pretty good, in my opinion. I mean, I watched it from start to finish, and just watching those two battle it out for much of Stage 1 and Stage 2, man, it was lights out. Like, that was probably some of the best racing I've seen in the XFINITY car on a road course. I think Sonny would agree with me over here, because I'm pretty sure he watched the XFINITY race, too.
Yes, I can. I can vouch. And the whole battles between Connor and SVG, both last week and this prior week, that's just really good classic road course racing. Like, none of them ever went too overboard with one another. No one got sent flying into the dirt or anything like that. It was just classic being a banging deal, I would say. Remind me of, like, the Marcos Ambrose Brad Keselowski battle at Watkins Glen in 2012.
Yeah,
it came at our expense. But anyway,
it came at your expense. Yeah, but that's what it felt like. And I'll tell you what, those two are going to make a really good duo when Connor finally does get his first full-time seat in Cup. And I truly believe that those two are going to be a very big force on road courses, right? And I think Connor's finally figuring out what this XFINITY car can actually do, right? And it clearly shows because he was fast all weekend. Started second, if I remember correctly. He was a contender all race long, and there was no way those two were going to be denied unless one of them, made a mistake. Either would have been in the final half of Stage 2 or the final half of Stage 3. It doesn't matter. Those two were going to be probably the two dominant cars to beat, right? And, I mean, you had a couple, other people up there. I mean, Ryan Sieg had a really solid day on a road course. Ryan Sieg is horrible on road courses. He got a top 10. That's impressive. Moving on to the Cup race. As expected, like I said, SVG won. He was the car to beat, right? But I feel like, despite all the controversy, I feel like Sonoma actually was a pretty good race. I mean, there wasn't really a whole lot of passing going on up front, but once you got through the field, there was a lot of passing. Am I right?
yeah, it was a combination of strategy and letting the race run its course to see what cars were able to pass, which ones were able to, like, play the long game, basically, etc., etc. It's not like top tier legendary, but I wouldn't call it a bad race. It was pretty high. It was pretty high.
So, out of all the road course races we've had so far, Sonny, where do you rank this race out of the 4 road course races we've had this year so far?
I'd say, like, maybe I'd say like second or third. I think my top spot would go to Coda, and then you could flip. It's really the top spot, Coda, and then you could just kind of flip flop everything else, like Mexico City, Chicago, and then Sonoma. You can just really put them anywhere else, but it was a pretty good race. I had fun with it.
Yeah, this was probably one of the better Sonoma races, in my opinion, with this next gen car. I mean, yeah, this next gen still needs a lot of work, and we all know this, right? But compared to 2022, 2023, and 2024, this was probably one of the better Sonoma races. 2023 is probably one of my favorites because, Truex won that one, and I don't know, man. It's just I felt like there was a lot to be had that day, and there was a lot of chaos. And don't get me wrong, I don't mind chaos on road course racing, but a fairly tame road course race, I'm cool with that too. But as always, let's dive into everyone's weekends before we get started. Us, very up and down day. I mean, very up and down. And obviously, first and foremost, we had an incident with the 12. We'll get into that later. We had a really good car in stage 2. Finished 8th in the stage. Stage 1, I think we finished outside of the top 10. I think we finished like 14th, 15th. I don't remember. But I think we had a shot to have a top 5 car at the end of the day if we didn't get knocked around by the 77 on the final restart. And I don't remember who else got into us on the second to last restart, but we were just a ping pong ball in a ping pong machine, basically. And I mean, that's unfortunate because kind of sucks because we went from like being P4 all the way down to P16 at the end of the day, which is, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not the worst, but I mean, we're getting very close to the end of the regular season, and we still have not won a race, right? I mean, we still have a very good cushion, but at this point in time, if we have a new winner in these next couple weeks, I think we're going to be in trouble if we don't get a win, right? So, like I mentioned before, I think this is the time we really need to start executing. This is the time where, especially Ryan Preece as well, because he is below the cutoff line, he also needs to start executing a little bit more too. And yeah, but who do I want to take it to? How was your day, Sonny?
I really can't explain these road course races because, to me, honestly, the road courses, they've been some of our best races yet. Like, here's today. We had the spin earlier during the final stage, but then we were able to get, tires, and we rallied back to get a top 10, which is, considering the past 2 years we've been having, I'll take a top 10 whenever I can see it. It's just, I'm not sure. The road courses have been some of our best races this year, and we're going into a track where we actually performed a whole lot better than I thought we would. We got the pole, and then we stayed inside the top 10, top 5 all day. We went laps, and then came home with a 4th place finish last year. So is it bad? I'm actually kind of excited to see how we do this Sunday at Dover.
No, considering you guys have won there 3 times, I mean, I can understand why. When they're in 08, when they're in 2010, when they're in 2017, Dover's been actually one of Kyle Busch's better tracks. He's won there a couple times in Xfinity. I think he has a truck win there. I could be wrong, but I feel like he's going to be a very strong candidate this weekend. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, he got the pole there last year, right?
Mm-hmm, he did.
That's right. I remember. But I'll tell you what, though. I got to give a quick shout out to Channy over there with Ryan Preece. Hell of a day for you guys. A very eventful day. Right? Ryan Preece got involved in the last caution where Noah Gragson got turned around. He was running, I think, 10th when this happened. And unfortunately, he had some damage, but he was able to continue and rally back to finish 12th, which that's still pretty impressive with some significant damage to the right front. And let me tell you, man, Ryan's going to be a wheel man. he is a definite wheelman in this 60 car, and I feel like he is one to definitely be watched over the next couple weeks, especially Dover. I think Dover is a good track for Ryan, and I feel like he's going to be very successful in these next couple weeks. So just watch for him. Speaking of Ryan, I don't know if anyone heard about this, but he's going to actually be in the New England 900 at Stafford Motor Speedway in Connecticut. In the racing the Crown Vic with Cletus McFarland and Greg Biffle and everyone else. So I'm actually really looking forward to that. That's on Friday night. So we'll be cheering him on, obviously. And Mr. Checker, how was your weekend, sir?
I'd say it was an okay weekend. Besides, really impressed by how Bell's performance was. We took a top 5. You know what? That's a solid day for the 20. We've had, it was a little bit. I was a little hesitant on Bell, going into Sonoma just a little bit. I was a little hesitant, but it's Christopher Bell. He's kind of a wheelman on the road courses, which I'll admit. Did a great job, this week. I'm really proud of him. And you know what? A solid top 5 I'll take for another day, but I'm more impressed by Brad. Brad, taking a solid 11th place. I think that right there just shows that 6 can come out alive sometimes. But I think that 6 still has just a little potential, Unfortunate for Blaney, of course. But besides all that, I'd say it was actually a pretty solid weekend.
Yeah, Brad actually stayed alive when it mattered the most, right? And ever since this next gen, it's been beaten to a dead horse. Brad used to be fairly decent at road courses, but ever since this next gen has come around, he's just not been good at them, which is really unfortunate because I think age also plays a factor in that too, like I probably have mentioned before, right? But it was really good to see him have a good week, a good day, rather. So, and we're coming to a couple tracks where Brad has been very successful at. I mean, obviously, he won Dover in 2012. And then we go to Indianapolis. He's won there a couple times. So I feel really good about Brad, too. But I'm kind of scared for him on that part because, he's 28th in points, right? And if he wins, that's going to shake the playoff image very hard. Really hard, right? So, we'll see. But, yeah, that's everybody's weekend. Also, I have to mention this. I forgot to say it. As always, recording in the background is our lovely friend ISO. And unfortunately, I have to throw her under the bus a little bit for this part. Yes, I know I'm late. Fucking bite me. Daniel Suarez got taken out by Ross Chastain. So, did anyone see what happened there? Because I feel like Ross overdrove 11. Am I wrong?
That's kind of the basis of what happened. Chastain was going into 11. I think jumped the throttle, and then he just kind of got into the back of his teammate and sent him around.
Now, if you are Daniel, do you start to feel any animosity towards Ross after that at all?
Any other time, I would probably just shrug it off. But considering his circumstances now that he's not going to be part of Trackhouse after this year, I can understand if there's hidden tension between these two. But I don't think Daniel's going to be that kind of guy to just go after Ross in retaliation. But I wouldn't be surprised if there was at least something that didn't sit right with him.
Yeah, respectfully so. But so here's the thing. I've noticed this weekend especially. A lot of people got into into each other, right? And this was kind of more on the caution side of road course. The road course races we've had this year. All was well. All was well in that race up until Cody Ware had a loose wheel. That's when all hell broke loose, unfortunately. And this is the kind of consequence we pay at these types of races, right? And I feel like it's funny, but also ironic because we were just talking about Cody Ware. He hit the tire barrier at Chicago, right? and had no brakes. But as soon as they mentioned that in the broadcast, the dude lost a wheel. Like, straight up, he lost a wheel. I couldn't help but laugh, but feel really bad at the same time, because that's just like a kick in the nuts, right? I can't be the only one who thinks that.
I get it. It's really 2 times in a week, 2 times in a row now. Cody Ware has been a critical point in the race. Last week we had the very wonderful caution incident, and then this week he gets broadcast jinxed into losing a wheel. So I don't know, man. It's just it's always those kinds of races where seemingly one minor incident can trigger a horse load of chaos and turn a solid race into shit show territory. So this wasn't completely shit show, but it's like you said, cautions breed cautions, and unfortunately, Cody Ware was the catalyst of that.
And I can't be the only one, I can't really, take a shot for every time I say I can't be the only one. No, but, this was shaping up to be actually a fairly decent race at Sonoma, given the circumstances. But if the Cody Ware loose wheel incident didn't happen, do you think that last stage would have went caution-free?
Probably so. I mean, SVG would have gotten the lead, and he more than likely would have checked out from everyone else, and we would call it the end of the day. So, but, what do you know? I mean, something's got to happen, apparently, in NASCAR.
Yeah, and the other thing, too, was there really wasn't a whole lot of tire fall-off either, which, I'm not surprised. With this next gen, you don't really anticipate a whole lot of tire fall-off unless it's a certain track. I read in the notes from J-Ski that this will be a new tire this weekend that they're going to be rolling out at Dover. Do we have this feeling that we might reach into Bristol 2024 spring territory with a whole new tire like this, and it's going to be chaos?
If that is the case, then we are in for an absolutely long day, because the one thing Bristol had was that it was easier to reach pit road with the 2 pit lanes and how short the track was. But if we get something like that at Dover, we are going to see a shit ton of yellows from people crashing or blowing out and hitting the wall. It is not going to be a fun time.
No, and the fact that Dover is also very abrasive, too. That's the other reason why I mentioned that, because, when this tire gets on a very abrasive track, it's like a cheese grater. And I don't really think we've had a history of ridiculous tire blowouts at Dover with this next gen yet, so I don't want to jinx anything or say anything ill-wordedly, but I would definitely pay attention to the Cup race on Sunday. I would pay attention to practice and qualifying, because there's probably, if we're going to have this new tire, and God forbid we do have so many wrecks, we could be in a world of hurt. As always, I will say this, though. Dover has always been one of my other favorite tracks, so I'm excited for it regardless. So, with that being said, let's get into Ask AJ. So, as always, as I've mentioned before to new listeners, this is the segment where everyone in the call will ask me a question. It could be anything NASCAR related or anything that we've, experienced together in our past, watching races together. So, whoever wants to go first this week, be my guest.
I honestly got nothing this week, so Sonny, Checker, if you guys have anything for AJ.
I'll let Checker see if he has a question first. If not, then I'll go.
Man's over here man. I was in the middle of looking at a fucking Justin Allgaier dica. Anyways, let's see. I'm trying to think of a good one this week. You know what, actually? What is the what is a paid? Okay, this is actually an interesting question for what we're only focusing on Chris Buescher this week. Okay, so what is a returning sponsor that you could choose? From any period of NASCAR to be just a one-time off sponsor, for the 17,
Okay, that's a good question. Very good question. I was not prepared for this. Well, I mean, it was already done with the Stenhouse when he drove the 17. I would like to see a next-gen version of the John Deere car on the 17. That would be really cool. That was really cool that John Deere did come back for that one-off for Darlington in 2018. I thought that car, in my opinion, won best throwback of the year. But either that or I would like to see, my buddy John's going to love what I'm about to say here. I think Sharpie would be really cool on that 17 car. Just do, whether it be a throwback to Kurt Busch or just a more modern design of the Sharpie car from 2004, 2005, right? That black and gold Sharpie car was always one of my favorite cars as a NASCAR fan. I was also okay. I saw what Checker said. Fuck you. I always liked the black and red Sharpie car too. That one was really cool. The 03 Sharpie car is also really cool too, but there's already been a throwback on that with Kurt Busch back in 2018 as well. That one was also one of my other favorites. But yeah, those are probably the main two. What about you, Sonny?
Alright, so I got a little bit of a scenario for you.
Oh boy.
So you are the owner of a NASCAR team, and if you had the opportunity to pick out any driver from any series at any point in time that was considered to be a bust, a NASCAR bust, and you would want to give them a second chance in their career in NASCAR, who would it be and why?
God damn, that's probably the best question I've heard since we've done this. If you want my honest answer, I would say Shane Neal. But unfortunately, because of his USAC incident crash in 2010, that can't be feasible. But if that crash never had happened, yeah, I would pick Shane Neal in a heartbeat because I feel like everyone deserves a second chance at life, I mean, Shane Neal was kind of a prick when he was in his 20s, and he had a major drug problem, unfortunately, which got him indefinitely suspended by NASCAR. He would be up there for sure. The other one would probably be, wouldn't necessarily consider him a NASCAR bust, but he really, really underperformed in the sport, especially in the cup level. Probably Casey Atwood, because he was a really hot commodity in the late 90s and very successful. And I feel like he never really got that, that actual chance that he truly deserved, right? So, yeah, I'd have to pick those two especially. Man, that was a really good question, Sonny. Thank you for asking that.
Of course.
So, with that being said, we're ready to get into a very controversial green flag, red flag this week.
Yep, I am. I'm just gonna go hide behind the pit stall real quick.
All right, take it away, Channy.
And I can tell why Checker wants to hide behind the pit wall is because our first topic. Ty Gibbs nearly runs over a crew member from the Brad Keselowski pit crew trying to drive through the 6 team's pit stall to get to his own stall. Green flag, red flag. AJ, what the fuck?
Man, Twitter melted down hard on this one. I mean hard. Red flag. Big red flag, okay? Not because of what Ty Gibbs did, all right? And I'll get to that in just a moment. But just this whole situation entirely. Twitter, you guys need to calm down. I know that's asking for much, but my God. There is no reason why the entire NASCAR fan base should be melting down over this. This got blown way out of proportion so fast. And I'm sorry to say it, but probably the person in question who started this was probably Jeff Gluck, okay? Either Jeff Gluck or Jordan Bianchi, one of those two. And, I mean, looking back at the replay, Ty was pushing his luck a little bit. I'll give them that, okay? But it was nothing egregious, right? You have that ability to drive through that second stall. And, I mean, the crew member in question, yeah, he was playing the game of fuck around and find out, in my opinion. Look, as much as I want to defend RFK in this scenario, this one was kind of on the tire changer of the 6. And There was no reason why there. I mean, yeah, there's a fight on pit road, which I mean I understand why, because crew member nearly got hit by a car. I'd be mad too. I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. What I'm saying is a bad thing is the fact that everybody on Twitter melted down over this for no reason. And this is a topic that is still being argued today. And my God, my brain hurts from this. And I've heard both sides of the story. I've heard both views from literally everybody. I really don't see what the issue is here. And the fact that everyone's like, oh, Ty Gibbs should be arrested. Ty Gibbs should be this. Ty Gibbs should be that. Will you please, for the love of God, shut up? Please. This was a very, very big deal. Yes, I understand that, but it was nothing egregious, by all means. Yeah, Ty was pushing his luck a little bit. I get it. He doesn't have the best track record in the world because of what happened a couple years ago. While he was in Xfinity and the pit road incident at Texas last year. I get it. But for the love of God, we do not need to be telling this guy to go to jail. We do not need to be attacking him. We do not need to do this. And I know that's saying a lot, and I know I'm asking for a whole lot because it's Twitter, but man, my brain has never hurt so bad from NASCAR Twitter on Sunday. Not from this alone, but because of what happened later on in the race, too. But we'll get to that. But, yeah, a definite red flag. Sonny?
I'm going to be completely real. It's been about 4 days now that I've had to transpire and look over this, and there are still no words that I can put into actuality of what I feel and what I think. So I'm just going to go ahead and just ride with you, AJ, on going red flag. You're basically my voice for this one. You're taking the words out of my mouth. So this is just something that really got out of control for no reason at all, and it's a headache. It's an agonizing headache, and it took away a lot from Sunday's race. So red flag.
Yeah, and the fact that everyone started rioting over this because NASCAR took a look at the clip twice, and they said both times that Ty Gibbs did nothing wrong. And he did not do anything wrong, alright? I will die on this fucking hill. The only thing I was not really too fond of in that incident was, yeah, he was pushing his luck a little bit. But, I mean, if you want to get that extra edge on a pit road, you gotta push your luck sometimes. But, I don't really think Ty... Even Ty said it himself, it was nothing malicious, right? So, I really don't see why everyone is melting down over this, but what do I know? Checker, Channing, did you guys want to chime in at this at all?
Yeah, not really, no, because I'm just good, man. I'm good on this topic.
Yeah, that's fair. Channing?
Yeah, I'm probably just going to stay out of this topic as well.
Yeah, with all due respect, it's probably for the best for the both of you, because, my God, did this get really messy. I know I said that already, but, man, this was probably more messy, and Sonny's probably going to hate me for mentioning this. This got more messy than the Dale Jr. Kyle Busch incident in 2008 at Richmond. This got more messy than the fucking Talladega 2 incident in 2008 with Regan Smith and Tony Stewart. Oh, my God, dude. And look, those two, they have a reason to be messy. Sort of. Not really Richmond. Talladega? Yes. This? Absolutely not. Next topic.
Alright, our next topic is... okay, here we go. Ryan Blaney and Chris Buescher made contact during Stage 3, sending Blaney into the gravel, and saying over the radio afterwards, quote, "Thanks a fucking lot, dickhead," end quote. Green flag, red flag. I'm gonna go with checker on this one.
Whoops, my bad. We accidentally tripped over the toaster bath in the submarine again. My bad, G. No, like for real. In all honesty, coming from a Blaney fan perspective, of course, I'm not gonna bash Buescher. Also, that was kind of a heated war on Twitter as well, but I won't, dig into that. I'll let, of course, AJ get to that topic when he gets there. I don't think Buescher did anything wrong. It's just how racing was, and just Blaney really couldn't go anywhere, just landed into the gravel. But Busher really, he doesn't do that shit on purpose. Like, no, like, it was just, racing. It's how racing goes, You're gonna wreck into somebody by accident, but I'm not gonna honestly make this, a long topic, but because I'll let probably AJ talk about this more, but I have nothing really to say except, Blaney just, got into some bad luck, and Busher was not in the wrong for this, so it was just, kind of over dramatic, but of course I'm red flag on it, but it's how it is.
For me. Sonny, did you want to go before me?
I mean, this is just. I'm going with another red flag. I understand Blaney's frustration. He had a really good recovery day, and then it kind of got washed away from him. But I really do not see how this is Busher's fault. Like he overdrove it. Like, yeah, but it's the same deal as Ty Gibbs. There was nothing malicious. Like, he overstepped. There was contact, and then Blaney just unfortunately got the receiving end. That's no one's fault in particular. That's so. Sorry, I'm going red flag, but I'm just trying to point out for anyone who's going to go ahead and try to claim that Busher did that on purpose. So, AJ, you're up.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm red flag too. Unfortunately for Busher, he did overdrive one, and he got loose. And unfortunately, Blaney was the car that paid the price for it. And I hate it for Blaney, and he has every right to be mad. I get it. I mean, 8 DNFs, and all of them were really not his fault. So, I mean, I understand that, but my God, was I pissed off about this one too. Not because of what Busher did, but because Twitter melted down on this one too. And I got the receiving end of it, and it wasn't much, but, that shit pisses me off. And when you have Ryan Blaney fans who are pissed off and they blame you for it, like, bro, I'm just a fan account. Like, seriously, I'm just here to relay updates on what happened during the race. And this was clearly a racing incident. And Busher has been known to never do anything egregious like this, too. So, I mean, except if you're Todd Gilliland at Darlington in 2024 when you literally pushed your luck your entire year. So, anyways, no, I'm red flag, too. And sucks because I feel like the car really wasn't the same after that incident. I mean, I know we didn't get any damage, but I mean, it just kind of killed her day, honestly. And I mean, even he said it over the radio, got loose, and there was nothing more to it, nothing less. And I mean, I'm pretty sure they've both talked it out already, obviously. But here's the other thing I gotta say something about. I saw Twitter kind of melt down over this one. Well, not really melt down, but Blaney did say something on Twitter later that night about someone called him out because he melts down on the radio too much, which, I mean, it's kind of obvious he does. But, Ryan races with respect. I will give him that. And I want people in this day and age to race with others with respect. All right? I come from a background in NASCAR where the gentleman's agreement is you race everyone with respect. Yes, I know that culture is dead, all right? But good on Ryan for still, being raised that way. As far as the radio thing is concerned, I feel yes, it is a part of his character, and there is absolutely nothing wrong with it. But every time you get into an incident like this, just stay off the radio. Like, if you don't have anything nice to say, just don't even say it on the radio. Don't waste your breath. I mean, it's a good thing to vent about. Excuse me. It's a good thing to vent out your frustration, and I respect that. But not with every single incident. That's probably one of the biggest downfall of Ryan Blaney, and I have nothing against that. But to all the Ryan Blaney fans who literally attacked not only me, but multiple people on Twitter because of what happened between Blaney and Busher, you get my What an Idiot award. You get my What an Idiot award for this week. Because imagine going on Twitter and blaming someone for a wreck that's not even your fault because you're just a fucking fan account. Okay. Good to know that NASCAR Twitter is very classy. So red flag. Next topic.
I forgot to say my flag first.
Well, I figured you wouldn't have a piece in this, but go ahead.
Yeah, you're right. Red flag for me, but alright, our next topic. No, our next I cannot speak English for the life of me. Anyways, Chris Wright and Our Motorsports have officially parted ways effective immediately. Kaz Grala will take his place. Green flag, red flag. Let's go, Sonny.
Alright, time to say it. Is there anyone genuinely surprised or shocked by this?
Nope.
Nope.
Alright, well, the one downside is now I can't use Chris Wright as my chaos pick for Daytona in August.
God damn it.
Other than that, I'm sorry, there was just nothing genuinely good or redeeming about his season this year that could have justified him retaining his seat. Every week, not just every week, literally every single race, he was getting into an accident. It was either he spins, he wrecks, he hits the wall, he holds up a lane and takes out Justin Allgaier while he's leading at Texas. It's... my God, it's something. Oh my... oh, God. Okay. Alright, I'm good. Listen, at the end of the day, I'm not going to take away that this is someone just, this is someone basically having to step away from their job, and, from a moral standpoint, I really wish things worked out better, because I know just the feeling of wanting to race as anybody, but at the end of the day, this was just a disaster. This was a disastrous tenure, and this is honestly for the best long term. I'm hoping something works out for Chris, because I don't want to see anyone just walk away as a bust, but at this point in time, right now in the present, this is just major red flag. But I will give green flag for Kaz Grala coming in, because Kaz Grala is not the flashiest man out there, but from time to time in the lower series, he will eventually put up a bit of a nice stretch of runs, and it's nice to see him get some rides and seat time in any series. So I will go green flag on that, but other than that, this is just red flag all around. This is a sad episode. I had to open up with 3 red flags in a row. My God. Okay, I'm done now.
Checkers, you want to go before me?
Yeah, I'll just get out of the way. Simple red flag. I mean, okay. Well, yellow flag for both. Well, basically, yellow, a split between red and green. Honestly, red, of course, we have Chris. Chris Wright. Step up to door number 3. What did you win? Oh wait, that's right, the door. No, but seriously, I don't know. It's just Chris Wright has just. It's hard to process the mind. That 5 has just been kind of in and out of the door. But just with Rex, it's been all year so far. It's unfortunate, of course, for Chris. But at the same time, though, it's you gotta find a way to improve, But I'm happy for Kaz Grala. A big opportunity for him, big chance for him. See what he could do with the 5. I'm curious, and yeah, that's really much it. So that's my yellow flag between red and green.
Man, fuck you guys and your red and yellow flags. I'm green flag on this entire situation. I'm actually being dead serious when I say this, because I can feel like all the JRM cars can go to sleep at night knowing that Chris Wright won't take them out. No, but seriously, this is a green flag. Get him off the track. Please, for the love of God, get him away from my car. At least give him some sim time and give him time to actually develop, because, whoo, man. and I thought I was bad at driving when it came to sim racing. Man, dude is worse than a level 1 noob at iRacing. Literally. But as far as Kaz goes, I'm green flag. He deserves a good ride. He's a very underrated driver. Yeah, he doesn't exactly set the world on fire like Sonny mentioned, but I feel like this is a good opportunity for him to, get a name for himself and potentially get him back into a cup car, right? Because I don't really think he has a deal lined up anyway. So, I mean, this is good for him. I think our motorsports made a really good choice here. So I'm green flag. Channy?
I'm probably not gonna say anything else because you guys already said like all the things that you gotta say, but why not? I'll go green.
Okay, I gotta be realistic real quick, off topic. I'm not trying to but I swear to God, I'm dead ass when I say this. Like, AJ was literally talking about how JRM can literally sleep at night knowing that Chris Wright is no longer in the 5, and I dead ass looked over at my Twitter, I see JRM Motorsports tweets out, so I'm like, oh no. Oh no.
Talk about karma. Literal karma.
Anyways, continue on. It was just about the diecast, but anyways.
I'll read the next topic, gentlemen.
Alright.
Next topic. Shane Van Gisbergen goes back-to-back and wins at Sonoma, making this his third win of 2025, moving himself up to third in the playoff standings with 17 playoff points, yet he is 26th in the regular season standings. Green flag, red flag, Sonny.
You know what? At this point, why not? Green flag. Just abuse the fuck out of the playoff system. Just exploit it as much as you can, so maybe we can get the hell rid of it. Yeah, just why not? I've run out of energy to argue on the hill, but let's run. All right, let me brush away playoff talk, like playoff standings. Like, no matter how you look at this, it's like SVG is wheelman. He's a wheelman. So like at the end of the day, whether you like it or not, whether you like him dominating or not, he is a wheelman, and he can go out. He can go out. He can come from a different kind of racing background. He was in supercars compared to stock car racing we do over here. Comes over to NASCAR, wins his debut, and then now a couple of years later, he's winning races. He's building up points, and even if his odds at actually winning the cup are a long shot compared to everyone else, at the end of the day, he's still doing a lot for not just Trackhouse, but like NASCAR and like other motorsport fans. So like, why not? Like, I know a lot of people like SVG, and honestly, compared to most of the drivers nowadays who just lack any sort of big personality, SVG does a lot. So like, he stands out, and I know what he does. His celebrations, like he kicks the rugby football into like the crowd after a win. I think that's pretty cool. It's not much, but that's a lot compared to what most people do. So why not? Great flag. Just continue exploiting this playoff system so we can get rid of it.
Yeah, I'm green flag on this too. Despite him being in 20s and 20s in the regular season standings, he's been really hot these last couple of weeks. I feel like this schedule has really worked out in his favor. He is a beast on these road courses, and it has clearly shown. I mean, he won at Mexico, he won at Chicago, and he won at Sonoma. I think if he continues this run, and we have a couple wildcard tracks coming up here, he might make a very good dark horse run here at this playoffs. I think he has. I feel like he just has a deserving spot right now. I mean, he's got the playoff points. He's doing really well right now, and he's someone to watch here over these next couple weeks. Do I think he's going to make a very long dark horse run in these playoffs? Probably not, but anything can happen, right? If he's still in it, I think he could win at Watkins Glen, and I think he has a shot to win. Hell, he could win at Daytona. He could win at Talladega in the fall. There's a lot of tracks in his favor, and the saying always goes: anyone can win on any given Sunday. This has been literal proof. Also, with SVG winning 3 races this season, this has also been good for the drivers like Tyler Reddick. This is good for the drivers like Chris Buescher. This is the for Alex Bowman. Those drivers who are fighting to get into the playoffs on points, right? So this has been good for them. So I feel like if you're Chris Buescher, especially Tyler Reddick and Alex Bowman, and even Bubba Wallace, you can breathe a little bit easier at night knowing that SVG is actually doing a really good job and kicking ass. So good for Shane. I don't want to say he's not the star of Trackhouse right now because I feel like him and Connor Zillisch have both got that tied up right now. Even though Connor Zillisch is a JRM driver, he still has a contract with Trackhouse. I feel like those two, like I mentioned earlier in the show, I feel like those two are going to be definitely those two to watch over these next couple of years, right? And Connor in the Cup car especially, he's done a really good job this year. I feel like he would have had a shot at a top 10 day at COTA if he had not gotten wrecked by Suarez. So, I'm green flag. Checker?
Honestly, green flag, as well. Shane has been doing a great job, I'll admit, he has a 3 wins under his belt. It's great. It's good for, of course, the playoff, a lot of the playoff contenders trying to basically break into the bubble, like Buescher, Bowman, and all that, like you mentioned before. I'm not saying, honestly, I'm just still waiting on when Shane, finally gets an oval win one day. But when he finally does, then maybe I'll consider it, yeah. But I don't even know. The playoffs is just weird as hell, honestly. So I don't know. Keep doing what you're doing, SVG. Do what you gotta do. Kick how many footballs you want. Do what you gotta do.
Jenny?
Yeah, I'm gonna go green on this one also.
Alright, real quick, I do need to say something because I forgot to put this on the notes, but we're going to go ahead and mention it anyway. So last week we did mention about the 2311 and front row deal. I did want to make an update on it, and I guess I'll include it in this green flag, red flag, but as of yesterday, NASCAR has officially seized their charters. So, Front Row Motorsports and 2311 Racing, all six charter teams have lost their charters. How do we feel about this? I'm going to take it to Sonny first.
I don't know. That blows. Like, considering what both of these teams have been through, 2311 is still a recently starting team. They're in their 5th season of competition. So this losing their charters, because I'll tell you why losing charters is a big deal for those that are out of the loop. Losing their charters essentially it blocks them out from getting more money than they would if they were a charter team. So like you have the charter teams, which are guaranteed rides in every race, and they'll get their money and their buyouts and all that. And then the open teams, they can still compete. They can still go for championships. Like they can compete in the playoffs and all of that. But now they won't be getting that much financial bonus for competing because they're not an official charter team. In which, if you're 2311, I imagine they'll still have that backup from Denny Hamlin and just progressing along as a top team. But Front Row, they're kind of in a rut because they're still in they just got out of a backmarker hell. They're trying to build themselves to be a competing team, and now they're hit with all 3 of their charters swiped. So this is just devastating. I don't know. It's just a lot of all this whole entire lawsuit has just been creepily new to me. it's been hard to watch over it. Now seeing that this is really the result of all this build up of months, that sucks. Like, I don't know what else to say. I'm red flag.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm red flag too. I hate it for Reddick, especially. Out of everybody in this whole deal, I hate it for Reddick the most because I watched a couple videos and someone did mention this. I think it was Breakcard that mentioned this, but it is clearly stated in Tyler Reddick's 2311 racing contract that he needs to be tied to a chartered team. My question to everyone is, if that is the case, do we see Tyler Reddick leaving 2311 and going to a different ride?
I think it just depends on who takes him, basically. Because, okay, you know how cup charters are. You know how many teams, are tight, are on specific on, who gets to join which team and all that. It's like roulette, basically. You gamble for a ride. Honestly, the significance of Reddick, of course, as a driver, I'm not honestly sure who wants to take him yet. Of course, it'd be kind of a downgrade if he went back to, like XFINITY team, which actually it wouldn't be too bad, but at the same time, it's like sucks. But in all honesty, I'd say whoever is, wanting to try to attempt to take Reddick, and because does Reddick, does Reddick, I know Reddick, I think, what, brings in, does he, I think he does bring in sponsorship, so, in the case scenario with Reddick, if he did, of course, go to another team, I don't know which team, of course, yet, but let's just say he does, I wonder what the balance of change would be, or hell, even go to another manufacturer besides Toyota, going somewhere else.
Right.
What does that, of course, change the different direction for Reddick,
Well, one thing is for sure, he would definitely lose support from the Jordan brand, which that is Michael Jordan's brand, because, well, that's a big deal, right? Because Michael Jordan's Jordan brand is part of the reason why Michael Jordan is a part of 2311 in the first place. So he would be losing that. I don't think he would be losing Monster because he is a Monster Energy athlete. So I do not see that being an issue. As far as like McDonald's and everyone else, his other sponsors, unfortunately, he might lose those because those are tied for 2311. But as I've heard before, I have not heard any drivers announce that they are leaving their teams. So I guess that's good. But I mean, just overall, this is a really shitty situation for everyone involved. Like I mentioned last week, this is just unfortunate. What were you going to say, Sonny?
My thing with what you asked earlier of if Reddick would leave, my problem is if he does, I don't know where he's going to go, because it's either going to be he picks up a ride from a backmarker team, or someone is going to have to boot out another driver from a contract just so they could get Reddick in, and then that driver is going to be without a ride, and
Right.
it's a whole no bueno situation.
Yeah, this is messy. I really hope Reddick doesn't leave because of his contract. But at this point, like I said, this is just an unfortunate situation, and this is man. Just speaking about this alone, NASCAR was just on fire yesterday with now Legacy's trying to sue Rick Ware Racing out of a charter. It's just this whole situation is just so fucking messy. It was a bad week to be a NASCAR fan on Twitter this week, if I'm being honest. But
Yep. In all honesty, I know they're not going to do it, but what is the most simple solution? Oh, I don't know. Get rid of all the damn charters. But
do you have the money?
I mean, would it be better than paying? Would it be better than having this whole lawsuit bullshit than just
Yeah, you're not wrong, but there's a reason why this charter system is in place, right? Because it costs money to field 43 cars. It costs a lot more money to do that. Hell, these charters are not cheap. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say, like you told me last week. Remember how we were talking about last week about since basically they're no longer charters, they're charter teams. Those
Right.
front row, I was gonna say those front row cars and those 2311 cars, can be put on, sale because NASCAR can literally just wipe them and basically other teams can try and grab them.
Well, they're officially seized by NASCAR, so that means nobody can buy it right now from NASCAR, unless if anyone is, strongly interested, right? So they have ownership of their own. I mean, those teams never really had ownership of those charters to begin with, because NASCAR, they pretty much, to my understanding, they lease them from NASCAR. Okay, so let's get that out of the way first and foremost. Secondly, this is a bad look on NASCAR. Absolutely bad look on NASCAR. What does this turn into, the NFL? Like, seriously, it's always something.
How would you describe the current situation in NFL terms?
Shit, you have to ask Urinating Tree, not me.
Oh, okay. This is like so basically, in Tree's perspective, take Aaron Rodgers on the Steelers, and then you got a deal.
Well, I was gonna say this probably was a good candidate for this is probably the whole Tom Brady deflating ball situation from a couple years ago.
Gonna have to hear that. I'm gonna have to good thing my friend doesn't watch that podcast often.
Gee, I could just tell him, you know that, right?
Anyways,
But anyway, I just wanted to mention that really quick. Chaney, do you want to read the next topic?
Yeah. Where's the image? Okay, there it is. Jake Finch, the son of longtime Cup car owner James Finch, will make his Xfinity Series debut this weekend at Dover, driving the number 17 for Hendrick Motorsports. Green flag, red flag. Let's go with the AJ.
Green flag. Jake is a really talented ARCA driver, and I feel like he deserves every good opportunity he can get. And I feel like he's going to make a very impressive outing because, he's got backing from Chevrolet, from the team he's with right now. So this is big for him. And I have never been more excited for someone like Jake to get the deal that he deserves. Not a lot of people know about Jake Finch. I've been watching Jake probably since, God, I'd say probably 2023 at most. Almost, I think he won at Daytona. Was it last year, or was it this year or last year? I don't remember.
Probably last year, I would think.
Oh no! I saw what Chaney said. I think it was last year. I don't really remember because that race ended so late, and I did watch it. That race was a shit show. But back to my point about Jake. He's a really talented guy, and he deserves the best. So, do I feel like Xfinity was a good option? Not really, but I mean, you live and you learn, and you got to start somewhere. I don't know if he's made any Truck Series debuts, to my knowledge. Sonny, if you want to back that up for me, you're more than welcome to.
I'm using Wikipedia out of all the fucking resources, and yes, he's from what I'm seeing here. I'm not seeing Truck. I'm only seeing ARCA.
Okay, yeah. So this would be his first official NASCAR debut at 20 years old. I mean, good for him. Really, really good for him. Regardless, either way, but he's got a very good team behind him, and he drives for a very good ARCA team right now. He drives for Venturini Motorsports, which I thought they were a Toyota team. Are they a Toyota team?
Venturini or?
Yes, Venturini.
Yeah, I think they ran Toyotas, yeah.
Okay, well, if there was a deal behind with Toyota and Chevy to allow this to happen, then go for it, by all means. Green flag. Sonny?
Same boat as you. I'm green flag. Really good to see somebody making their first start and with a very strong and reliable rides in the Hendrick 17, nonetheless. So, not much else for me to say. Just green flag, and I hope you kick ass.
Channing?
I got nothing else to say, but green flag on that.
Checker?
Just a simple answer. Green flag all the way.
So, real quick, I do want to ask the question. Do you guys think Jake might actually have a solid top 15, top 20 run? in this car?
I would believe so.
I don't see
mean-
why not.
I mean, the way I look at it is, yeah, you're in a Hendrick ride, but I don't expect him to be, top 5, top 10, right? In his first career start. I mean, that would be great if he were, and I would say something that would say a whole lot as his character as a driver, but I don't expect much out of him. If he was, God forbid, I'm not sure. I really think he's going to do well, but, he only has one win. Well, actually, no, he's won at Dover before. He won at Dover at the Arca East race in 2023. I'm using Wikipedia, sue me. And he has an ARCA win at Talladega from last year, which, I mean, good for him. I thought he won the ARCA race at Daytona. I was wrong. But, yeah, just green flag. I'm happy for him. You want to go on to the next one, Channing?
I think this is the last topic, actually.
Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Go ahead.
All right. Austin Hill wrecks Corey Day for 11th with 3 laps to go in the Xfinity race on Saturday in turn 7. When asked about it after the race, he said, "It was in my way, and I unfortunately ran into him. He's bad on the hard racing. He wants to make it with the big dogs. That douchebag has another thing coming." End quote. All right. Green flag, red flag. Sonny.
Listen, on one hand, I can understand if Corey Day has some racing concerns, if he's not being the most, if he's not the most cleanest driver, or if he can ruffle a few people's feathers, I could understand if cleaning up your act is a problem with Corey Day. But what the fuck do you have to talk about how people should race better? You are not one to talk, Austin fucking Hill. I don't want to hear it from your shit, so shut the hell up.
Damn.
Let me crash out.
One of the few drivers that can make me genuinely crash out. And this guy is technically my teammate, so let that sink in.
I feel sorry for you regardless.
Okay. I mean, yellow flag or red flag. I don't know. Just if Corey was ruffling Austin beforehand, I would understand. But you cannot be talking about people need the racing better. You cannot be talking. You cannot. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm red flag. Unfortunately, Austin Hill is a very huge hypocrite in this matter. And looking back at the replay, I don't really see what Corey did wrong. I mean, I did see him check up going into 7. But other than that, just Austin Hill being Austin Hill. That's all I can say, unfortunately. But I'm not surprised, but at the same time, Channy, I'll help you with that in a minute. To answer the question to the topic, I mean, keep in mind, in that quote, I don't know exactly where that quote came from, but I heard that this moment blew up on Twitter a whole lot. And I truly think I believe this, because knowing Austin Hill's character, he's very known to being kind of a crybaby, right? But, I mean, the dude does not know how to race clean, so he has no right to talk here. Sonny took the words right out of my mouth. But Austin, this is part of the reason why you're still in Xfinity. Just saying. Red flag. Checker?
Are we actually 100% sure that the reason why Austin Hill wrecked out Corey Day was because that the Chick-fil-A drive-thru was actually open on Saturday this time? Are we sure? Are we sure? Okay, no, but for real. I had to literally. I really did not watch the Xfinity race. I ain't gonna lie to you, but when AJ said this quote to my DMs from a TikTok, I'm like, what the fuck did I miss when I was gone for a day? And then I was like, oh, okay, it's Austin Hill. There's really nothing much to say. Austin Hill, just being Austin Hill. Corey Day, I don't think did nothing in the wrong here, so really, red flag.
Jenny?
Yeah, I honestly have no idea what the hell,
Arnold Schwarzenegger? Is that you?
Shut up, dogs! Anyways.
Also, I have to say this because I'm kind of having a conversation with Channy right now. Channy, it's pronounced Quapple. Quapple.
Alright. No, anyways, breaking character, I'm gonna say the ambulance flag. No, I'm sorry, red flag.
Austin Hill does need a ambulance, let's be real.
He does because he's a bitch!
We're sure his fat ass can fit through the doors.
Ha! Ha! I was waiting for someone to say it. Thank you. Thank you.
I dead ass was looking at something and I just hear, what about his fat ass?
Well, just remember, he is motivated by food. That's how he wins races.
God damn, I think we should just get to the next thing.
Now, wait a minute. That's the one thing I will give him. Food is amazing.
Food is a drug, and clearly Austin Hill is an addict. Anyways, moving on to picks for Dover. So we have the Xfinity Series and the Cup Series this weekend at Dover. You know what? I'm gonna take it to Sunny first.
Okay. Alright, let's start with Xfinity. Let me just go ahead and pull up the entry list. Well, earlier in the week I was leaning on towards Chevy like Jesse Lowe, but I saw he was on the entry list and I thought, why not? Let's go with Eric Almirola. He's gonna break the Chevrolet winning streak again in the 19. And then for Cup, I'm gonna be real. It was hard to find out a consistent runner that I could trust at Dover. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put Christopher Bell for Dover. We'll get his fourth win of the year.
And your dark horse for both?
Yeah, alright, yeah. My dark horse in Xfinity. I will go with Raja Caruth.
Oh yeah, I forgot Raja Caruth he's in the 32. I forgot about that.
Yeah. And then my Cup dark horse. This is let's see, who do I trust here? John Henry Nemechek. He's been quietly having a good season.
I will take Justin Allgaier for the Xfinity win. I will take Ryan Truex as my dark horse. I will take Denny Hamlin for the win. And I think my dark horse will be Carson Hocevar. Checker?
Son of a bitch. Okay. We were sharing the same fucking Cup pick together.
Well, I was either going to pick between Denny Hamlin or Kyle Busch, but I think Denny Hamlin would be a solid choice here.
You know, I'm gonna play reverse a little bit. So I'm gonna start with Cup first. So this again, I set these picks to AJ because I wasn't sure if I was gonna be on today. But my pick for Cup is gonna be Denny. Denny's really good at this track. I think he might go out for another win. My dark horse for Cup will be Ryan Preece. I think he could do something very incredible out there. I can't wait to see what it could be. For my Xfinity pick, I saw Ross Chastain was going to be in the 9 this week with JRM, so I'm picking Chastain. And my dark horse is going to be Nick Sanchez for the Xfinity Series.
I think Sanchez. Wow, okay. Nick Sanchez is a good, solid dark horse because statistically he's been really good on mile and a half this year. I mean, Dover is kind of considered a short track. He's been really good on those two. I think that 48 team is going to do really good this weekend. Channy, who do you got?
Here we go. The best part of the whole show.
Chandler, quietly, when you're listening to this, Chandler, quietly scroll down to Xfinity Series and look who's in the 14.
Fuck Garrett Smithley.
What did Garrett Smithley do?
I got made fun of because I picked him like a couple episodes ago.
All right, who do you got?
Okay, this is a lot better than yesterday. Anyways, for my Xfinity pick, give me Justin Allgaier.
Okay, Justin Allgaier. Justin Allgaier. Let me tell you something. You guys are sleeping on Justin Allgaier. I'm surprised Checker did not pick him either because Justin Allgaier is really good here. He won here. He's won here before. He's finished really well here multiple times. I'm surprised a lot of people did not pick him.
I'm only picking up. I was gonna say. The reason I'm not picking Allgaier is because if I pick Allgaier, some shit's gonna happen to the 7.
Fair enough. Continue, Shanny.
And my dark horse for Xfinity is Carson Kvapil.
You know, that's actually a really solid choice. I actually did almost think about picking Carson Kvapil for the win, but I mean, he hasn't really. I don't want to say he has not impressed me, but I'm not really sold on him just yet. And your cup picks?
I was gonna say somebody for the dark horse, but in this point of time, he started to be a workhorse. Give me Ryan Preece.
You gonna pick Ryan Preece for the win?
Yes, sir. Ryan Preece for the win.
Ooh.
All right.
And my dark horse? Give me Cole Custer.
What?
Yeah, here we go again. I'm leaving. Goodbye. I'm leaving.
Okay.
No. Listen. Cole Custer is a solid dark horse, all right? I'll give you that. But I was not ready for that. I was not ready for you to pick to pick him as a dark horse.
Yeah. Honestly, that's out of all the dark horses he picked over the last few episodes. That's actually not a bad one compared to the other ones.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I mean, that was a solid dark horse pick, and I'll give him the benefit of the doubt there. But I'm sorry, I just was not ready for it. But yeah, I totally agree with Cole Custer. I mean, I think hasn't he won there before in Xfinity?
I would think.
I think. I'm actually really not sure. I'm not gonna lie. I have no idea. Oh, I'm under a day one marginal. Did not know that. Anyway, but I'm not surprised, but at the same time, at least he didn't pick Cody Ware. If Channy picked Cody Ware, we would all be in trouble. What's up, Sonny?
Cody Ware is literally a bust at any track, not named Daytona, Atlanta, or Talladega.
I mean, anything can happen on any given Sunday. Maybe Tommy Baldwin could shoot up the car for all I know. Hell, maybe the car could have wings on it and we wouldn't even know. The day Cody Ware gets a poll, Twitter would lose their mind.
We're getting a Cody Ware poll before a Kyle Busch win in 2025.
We about to get a Cody Ware poll before GTA 6.
Damn, that joke was so original that it made me laugh. Not.
Why on God's green earth would I ever select Cody Ware as a damn dark horse?
Well,
Super Speedway?
Super Speedways, anyone can win.
Nah, never in a million years I am ever gonna pick Cody Ware.
You tell yourself that now. You sure about that?
Yes.
Alright. If he wins Daytona, this is going to be 100% your fault.
Yeah, if he wins Talladega in the fall, this is your fault too.
Wow, putting all the blame on me. I see how it is.
Yeah, because you're the scapegoat, Channy.
No, I'm a bitch!
Yeah, the scapegoat is the bitch. So you are a bitch in this matter. No, real quick, I do want to say something because I did not get a chance to say it last week because Sonny was not here. Really, man? Really? You had to mention Richmond 2021?
Oh, you're cooked, buddy. You're cooked, buddy.
You had to bring up Richmond?
They asked me what was the funniest butcher.
Yeah, but You had to mention the Richmond curse.
You broke the Richmond curse. What does it matter now?
I don't care. You started that Richmond curse in 2021.
It's been on for 15 years before then.
Okay, but you're the one who made it even more real. So I don't want to hear it. No, fuck you.
No.
No, you. Well, I gotta ask you this. What's worse, the Richmond curse from 2021 or 2022?
2021, you can argue, was started the whole trend, but then 2022 happened immediately. Like, I didn't even get a chance to watch the race, and he was already out.
Yeah, because you said if he's out of this race already, I'm going. Yeah, remember being in the call and you said if Kurt Busch has a problem already, I'm going to scream. 3 laps later, fuel cell issue. What does that tell you, Sonny?
Roll credits.
Roll credits. I'm going to murder you. Goodbye. No, anyways, on a serious note, we're going to go ahead and get out of here. As always, thank you guys for watching. Please comment, like, subscribe, and drink your fucking water. This is AJ signing out.
This is Sunny signing out.
This is Channy signing out, and we'll see y'all on the flip side.
And I know I'm going to get shit from this, from last week, since I wasn't there for the outro, so here I am saying this now. This is Checker signing off. We're off and away, and we're racing off to Dover. Have a great week, and we will see you next episode next week. This is the Couch Racing Chronicles, and we are now signing off. Goodbye, everybody.
Before you stop recording, did you come back with the milk?
Was this the chocolate milk or the white milk?
No, the Ty Gibbs milk.
Anyways, we're gonna get out of here, guys. We'll see you next week after Dover.
Holla.